Hello, allergens!
Hey everybody, welcome to Allergies Bites.
It tastes good!
Gluten-free.
Yeah?
Dairy-free.
Awesome.
Corn-free.
Ooh.
And...
Egg-free?
Oh no.
No?
No, we're using eggs. Boy, do I look short all of a sudden. Look at that. Okay, so we are making a butterless tart. What it is, it's a butter tart, but we've taken the dairy out of it.
Without the butter?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So that if you got a dairy issue, this will still work for you.
Sweet!
So we're starting with our pie crust that we made in a previous video. There's the link. Gonna make sure that we have flour underneath. It's...
Bob's 1-to-1?
Yes, it is. It's what I really like using.
Your favorite flour?
Yeah, my favorite gluten-free flour, yeah. Okay, so we're rolling it out to between about 1/8 and 1/4 inch. We have a cookie cutter, round one. It's about 4 inches, which is perfect for the muffin tins.
Okay.
And the one thing different about making these butter tarts with the gluten-free pastry is
You have muffin tins in there.
muffin papers.
Muffin papers.
Yeah, well what happened is the first time I made these turned out perfect. I'm like, score, I got this. So I was gonna make it a few more times. And
Just to make sure it worked.
yeah, and of course, each time I made it, half of them came out and the other half, well, let me just say it was a big heap.
They were great to eat.
So, Terry Ann gave me a great idea of using the papers. It'll give it that little extra hold that it needs just to move them and transport them. Works perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna take my sort of broken. Chance bought me new ones, but I like this one.
It's familiar.
Yes, it is.
And old.
Don't be quiet. You can make your pie dough. If you're using this pie dough, make it just before you're going to make your tarts. Don't let it sit around.
Okay.
Because it does dry a little bit and then it is a bit more difficult to handle. Okay, when you roll it out, you can usually get about 5 in your first roll out. Now, if they rip or they tear, you don't want to use them, especially if there's going to be a hole where the bottom is.
Yeah, so throw them out?
Well, no. Put it back in the pile. Okay, so put it on your muffin paper.
Okay.
And then bend your sides in. Don't push in the bottom.
Yeah, you don't want a hole in the bottom, eh?
No, and you don't want to, you want to leave the bottom as untouched as you can.
Well, who wants a leaky tart?
Absolutely. Okay, so then we're just going to bend the top around.
And don't
push it in.
put it over the paper lining, eh?
No, don't put it over the paper lining because then you're going to probably break your tart trying to get the paper lining off. Unless you just hand it to everybody like that. That works too.
Give them the entire muffin tin.
Not the tin, just the paper. Okay, so lay it on and then fold it in. I hope my hands aren't too terribly much in the way. And as you fold it in, just push your sides. Get in there. There you go. And then always check to make sure your sides aren't over the top. And it's not a big deal. Like if they do rip, if they, have a tear in the bottom, or if you have coconut oil that's like right at the bottom, it didn't get mixed in, just throw it back into the pile and roll it out with the next batch.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we're going to keep doing this until we get them full.
So is that the extra pie crust for me?
No. We only made 5 tarts. We got another 4 to go. So, just keep rolling.
There's probably gonna be more for me though.
Okay, when I'm done rolling it out, I'll show you how much is left from the pie dough.
Oh boy. Looks like you have some left over.
That's the last one. That's it.
Hey, I'm happy. I have some.
And we'll put this in that. This one turned out a little bit thicker.
Well,
Just
then make
'cause
it thinner.
I wasn't gonna
Give me more.
I wasn't gonna give it all to you. So this one's thicker. Okay. So I'm gonna set this aside, turn our oven on to 350, and start the butterless butter tarts. So I've got 1/8 of a cup of raisins. If you would rather, you can have nuts if you want to drop the sugar some. Chop your raisins.
How about chocolate?
Ew.
Chocolate and butterless tarts. It's a
Ew.
chocolate tart.
It's your. I'm not gonna say. No. Okay. So the nuts will make it less. Pecans are a good nut.
Yeah.
Or if you can do walnuts, you don't have a walnut allergy, that works too. Chop the raisins for sure though. Otherwise, they're like little hard balls.
Are we gonna put some nuts in some?
No.
Are we gonna put chocolate in some?
No. Ew.
Just raisins?
Just raisins. You don't like them. That's fine. They're for Dad. He is more than happy that we figured out how to do this.
Well, I'm happy too.
I'm happy
We
too.
got more variety.
No, we don't need variety. You have meat. Eat meat. You have cheese. Eat cheese. Okay. So that's step 1, and we're gonna start step 2. Okay, so let's go for the filling. We have 1 egg in our butter tart bowl. Like, I'm not kidding you. This is our butter tart bowl. I don't know how many butter tarts we made.
Many, many years.
1/2 cup of coconut sugar.
We have 3 of those bowls, and we used to do all 3 at one time.
Yeah, we did 3 recipes at once, yeah. 1.5 teaspoons of vinegar. It's just white vinegar. We have 1/8 of a cup of maple syrup. If you want to drop the sweetener once again, you can leave it out. Because apparently it does work.
It really does.
Yeah. We won't discuss any more than that. Okay. 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. 1/4 teaspoon Redmond's salt.
You know, I just realized that I influenced you.
For what?
It doesn't need the maple syrup, but we put it in anyway. That's me.
Yeah.
That's my doing.
That is probably your doing for sure. 3 tablespoons of melted coconut oil. And actually, when I was doing this, I was thinking, you know what? We did find the butter coconut oil. It's back.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you want to try using that, I haven't used it in here, but I'm sure it'll work. Okay, so now we're going to mix this. And you want to mix it until that coconut oil is totally mixed in.
Okay.
So it'll take a little bit of beating, but it does mix in totally. And beat it carefully and slowly, because otherwise you will have coconut oil everywhere. Okay, you can see how it's not sitting on top anymore. It's totally mixed in. It's just working with a fork. Now you want to divide it evenly with a large spoon. So sometimes I just err on the side of putting a little bit in at the first time.
Yeah.
And then going over and doing more. But if you're a person that's just going for it, just put a spoonful in.
Sounds good to me. Sounds like something I would do.
Sounds like something you would do.
Just take a full spoonful.
Ugh. Yeah. Wait till it's baked. So we've got them all done. Our oven is preheated. And we're going to put them in and we'll be right back. Okay, so you can have them in between 18 and 20 minutes. They've been in about 19 minutes. Now we're going to let them sit here for about 10 to 15 minutes before we even move them. Okay, so let them sit about 10 minutes. I'm going to grab the paper. I don't know if you can see with my hand, but grab the paper and then move it.
Carefully, eh?
Yeah. Let's see. I can do this so you can see. Yeah, just move them really carefully. Back here.
Yep.
And then my hands are the way again. I don't know how to do it without getting my hand in the way, sorry. You just
There you
want to take them all out. And then after you take them out,
Open up the papers.
yeah, carefully fold the papers down. Now let them sit until they are totally cold.
Yeah.
Don't mess with them until they are totally cold.
It's a good crust, so it'll harden well too.
It hardens really nice, yeah.
But it's just getting to cold
Yeah.
first.
Before you eat them.
Yeah, that's difficult.
Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you found it helpful, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Just one more thing. We figured we'd show you guys. You can lift them. They're still a little bit warm. They've only been sitting for about an hour or so. Hour and a half maybe. So they're still a little bit warm. If you want to take these and you want to go, like take them to a dinner or something,
To a party.
make them the day before.
And then put them in the fridge?
Put them in the fridge when they're cool and let them sit in the fridge overnight. Then they really firm up nice. Okay.
Awesome.
See you later.